Captain Teardown was doing the checks. He just said, move me to
All right.
spectator, and we're good. We'll let them
We'll
know
let them
we're
know
ready.
we are ready. Yep. All right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Like we planned it. Like we planned it.
Oh my
All right, guys.
goodness.
Moving on. Here we go, guys. It's do or die time for one of these teams. No, not fast, just furious. Or
Treta.
I don't even know what Treta. I'm not even sure what Treta stands for.
I do not know either.
But here we go, guys. We're going back to Crash Zone Alpha, starting round 3.
Here we go.
All right, Zath, take us in. Let's look at the not fast, just furious lineup. When you're ready, of course.
Yeah, oh yeah, sorry, I was just typing something in chat real quick. So, Not Fast and Just Furious is bringing Yamato with Arpeggio camo, cute. And, of course, the first time we have seen it today, the Conqueror. And also, the first time we've seen today, Wooster.
Wooster, look at that! Indeed.
Along with Venezia Moskva Yoshino, gearing
and
Kleber, and another newbie coming to the dance, Yu Yang.
Now, we saw Yu Yang on day 1, but we have not seen one on day 2 until now.
Yep.
Treta bringing Montana Kremlin, Des Moines, Salem, Venezia, Stalingrad, gearing Marceau, and a Yang of their own. Now, I had a very brief conversation with someone this week who basically was watching some of the stream or watching some of the VOD work and was basically pointing out to us, you know, as we get deeper into the event, his opinion was we were going to see more Yu Yang. And we were going to see Yu Yang for the smoke, not the radar. And it triggered something in my memory, Zath. If you recall, we saw some teams doing that last King of the Sea.
Yep.
I was like Yu Yang double Wooster. Wasn't Gaishu's? I think Gaishu's guys were doing some of that, weren't they?
It might have been them, yeah.
And so I think it does reflect on some strategies that we may see there. In this instance, the Yang, I expect to find the Yang and the Wooster paired up. No. This Yang is deep into the B cap. Interesting. The Furious Yang, well into the B cap already. Whereas the opposing Yang heading to A with the Venezia.
Sorry guys, I'm just realizing I have... There we go, now they're set right. I couldn't get the bottom to match properly. It's fixed now.
Montana's guns speak for the first time. Shells going downrange on Prince's Conqueror, I believe. Man, that's a long-range shot.
It is a long-range shot.
24, 23 and change.
Meanwhile, the Kremlin just took a little slap from Stugs Yamato. Oh, yeah.
Actually gets about a 13k salvo out of it. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all for the rain. But Conqueror is soft. You've got to take care of that ship.
Yep, she's got...
Furious.
Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead. No, take it.
I was going to say, she's got a pretty big superstructure, and she's got 32mm armor all around, so...
Yep. Lots of full pins will be eaten by the ship, sometimes even when she's angled.
Mm-hmm.
Furious bags B very quickly, but Treta ready to go, backing Stuka's gearing right into it. They're going to flip that cap almost right away.
Look at this engagement.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just noticing that Matthias's Marceau just kind of a little too far forward. Like he was already on the Furious side of the cap, getting spotted there.
Yeah, a little bit too deep there, in my opinion, especially with the Stalingrad and Salem unable to really help right now.
Interestingly enough, though, he hasn't really been punished for this. He's only taken a couple of thousand HP so far.
Mm-hmm.
Dodging the Venezia shells, the Kleber continuing to shoot at him, but he just hasn't taken significant damage for as risky as a position he was in.
Yep. Kensu now coming in with the Yu Yang to A. Probably going to go up on radar from the Moscow pretty soon, I would imagine.
Nep standing on the C. There goes the Moskva radar up at A. Stuka grabbing B. Quick lead change here early. Treta out to about a 10-point lead. Only 4 minutes gone. Still early. Everybody's still kind of jockeying for a position here.
Yep.
Ken getting smacked around quite a bit. Chunked right there.
Now you have to know that there's going to be a Moskva there. You know, like we've commented on this so many times.
Something. There's going to be a radar there. I mean, your guys set up in the exact same position for the exact same reason.
Right.
So that feels like damage he didn't have to take, right? If you were going to contest that cap, and we saw this earlier in some of the games, you contest it at the bottom end of the cap. I mean, the Moskva's going to have a shot at you, but you have cover close by.
Well, and if he's on the southern end of the cap, I mean, he can't be just barely now radared, but earlier he couldn't.
Yeah, exactly. He's at the extreme edge of the Moskva's radar range. It becomes much easier to get away. Now, I like Mizomo's Venezia position here, right? I like his ability to kind of farm that Moskva a bit.
Well, that's what you need to do because you're expecting a Moskva to be there. So, like, that makes perfect sense.
Yep. Nep-Nep's Yu Yang up at C, already down on half health. I wonder what caught him out. He must have taken a Salem radar or something. Stalin radar? Not sure exactly. As the furious Kleber is headed back to B, it looks like. But he's about to stumble across Stuka's gearing dead ahead of him. As there goes the torps go in. And now he changes fire. He gets one good salvo in on Stuka. Oh, these torpedoes.
He's overturning right into it.
He's trying to outsmart the torpedo motor. He's going to eat one. Yep. What a midships. He didn't have to do that. That was an example of somewhere where if he had slowed down, he could have dodged that torpedo. But he does get back on the cap while pushing the gearing out.
But that's going to cost. He really can't go after the gearing at this point now.
No, that's earlier he might have been able in a position to really push that gearing, but now that he's eaten that torpedo, that's not a thing.
Yep. At Kleber, I'll tell you what, it fishtails like crazy, like you're in a muscle car with rear-wheel drive.
The Yoshino and the Yamato Conqueror having a bit of a traffic problem here.
Oh, look at Diogo in the Montana. Deep water torpedoes coming for his keel.
Oh, this could be big. These Yu Yang torpedoes will hit like trains. He's going to take at least 3 of these. He's going to take 4 of these. Oh, that's a huge hit. Brilliant torpedoes from the Yang. And just like that, Treta's been pushed off all the caps. Furious, living up to their name. They own the board at the moment.
Yep.
7 minutes.
Look at Treta now returning to B cap with the Marceau and Gearing. Gearing brought a friend.
Well, no reason they shouldn't, because as soon as the Marceau sees the Kleber is in trouble. And that's going to happen here in about 10 seconds as the Marceau clears that smoke.
And you can see the Kleber is waiting for torpedoes.
Kleber's just sitting there. What is he doing?
He's waiting for somebody to come around the corner. And look, the torpedoes from the Marceau almost take out Stuka.
The torpedoes are already in the water, and the Kleber is dead. He's going to be dead in 2 salvos.
Got a little too excited there and almost took out a teammate for his trouble.
That'll allow Treta to pick up B as they grab their first kill.
Oh
my goodness. Saf, did you see that shot?
Yes, I saw that one right through the little hole.
The Venezia threaded the needle and took 15K off this gearing. Holy bejesus.
I want to see
that might be the best shot I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Wow.
I hope somebody clips that. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Stuka lived, but holy cow, he's in real trouble now. Have we figured out if Nep-Nep is radar or smoke Yang yet?
I don't think we have.
And
mainly because we haven't really been following what he's been doing. We've been looking more at A.
It's true.
Oh, Moskva going down.
Furious losing a Moskva. Yep, that was the Moskva over here camped out, holding back the flood tide at A. Treta's slowly been working around. You can see the Kremlin position, the Yu Yang, and the Venezia position. Really, really good work by Treta there. They have 2 ships now.
It's interesting, you bunch up so many ships in one spot like that.
Yeah, but I mean, they did it. I understand why they did it, right? Like they moved. The Venezia has been over there kind of farming the Moskva. They moved the Kremlin up. The Yang is there because he's got solid cover from the radar. Now they're in a position where they're up a ship, right? It's 4v3 at the A cap. If they want to push A, they can. They're going to need to get onto a cap. They've got a lead, but they're losing it because it's just ticking away on them.
Right. But having 3 ships in 1 grid square like that, in theory, could allow for not Furious, or just Furious, to, try to redeploy, try to get around. They're choosing not to, though. And I think that's important to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Like Braxton, for example, like he could have gone for a torpedo down the channel between those 2 islands, right? He didn't. The Worcester Gamer Camp could have relocated back north in a kiting away position, anticipating the Kremlin and the Venezia to start pushing, but he didn't do that either. They're all just kind of sitting there.
Braxton playing a very dangerous game here, right at the edge of his detection radius from the Venezia, maybe about a kilometer or so. I'm not sure where he's trying. He's obviously trying to get torps out. I'm just not sure who he's trying to get torps on. Treta does push Matthias's Marceau onto C.
Yeah, based off of speed and everything, I would assume he's looking to get torps out on the Kremlin. Meanwhile, the Venezia makes Inky and is reversing into A. So that tells Braxton and everybody else, hey, the Venezia has moved backwards.
Yep. Halfway mark of the match. Only 10 points separate these teams, despite the fact Venezia salvo going on Braxton. Oh, big hit. Taking half his HP away. Yamato takes another half of the remaining HP. I was going to say it was only 10 points between the 2 teams, but
not anymore.
They've just about shut off Furious's point gains, as Treta is now onto all the caps. They own B, they own C. The Yang, that's Nep, has rotated back to B. Duke is gearing, just kind of lurking on the far side of B, doing what he does. As Furious now trying to make a play at A, or at least retain control of the A cap, but they're going to struggle.
And Braxton goes from, I'm going to torp this Kremlin, to, holy crap, I need to run away. And
holy crap, I'm almost dead. The Venezias, both Venezias on each team striking big here.
Oh, yeah.
They do succeed in pushing Captain Mezzomo off the cap, though.
Absolutely. Stug now coming under fire from the Des Moines and responds accordingly.
Good salvo going in. I think Stug's going to take one of these Venezia torpedoes. He is.
Oh, yes.
Going to take one up near the bow here.
This is... I don't agree with the decision to move forward here.
Yeah.
He puts himself under other torpedo threat. He puts himself under cheek threat from the Kremlin. Venezia is going to get in on this. Des Moines, too. I mean, he's done. He just doesn't know it yet.
Use your term, Zath. He's going to get Robocopped because there's it's now 4v1 in this engagement, right? He's got. Go ahead. You're
just like you learned a new vocabulary term in class.
This is how you learn how to use new words, right? You continue to use them in your vocabulary. You repeat them. Make sure you're using them right. Is he going to take one of these deep water torps? I think he is, right in the bow. And there's a flood.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. That Yamato will be off the board momentarily. Treta will soon be up 3 ships as the linchpin of Furious's position at A goes out.
Look at B.
I see it. Yang versus Marceau. This
with Yoshino backup.
It must be a radar Yang, Zath.
Yeah, looked like it. I thought I saw a radar ping.
Otherwise, he would have smoked by now, surely.
Meanwhile, up to the north, not just Furious's Venezia is now going down.
Gearing smoke going up, trying to save the Marceau, and probably save both of them, honestly, in B. There goes the Venezia up north. I don't feel like they've gotten anything out of this Conqueror. We commented on it, right? Do you feel like... I don't feel like they've got anything out of it.
Conqueror's main advantage is just slapping things with HE that are relatively stationary. But if you look at what he's doing right now, he himself is relatively stationary, and I think that's the big problem. Conqueror has really good concealment. It has the ability to relocate on a whim and appear where the enemy doesn't want him to appear. But he's not using that ability. He's just sitting.
Treta losing their first ship of the game there, as Nep does finally bag Stuka's gearing here in the B cap. Looks like they're going to largely push the Marceau out.
Mm-hmm.
but they're still down 3 ships here. 6 minutes to play. Upside down. Well, it's only 100-ish point gap, but a huge firepower disadvantage.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
The Treta forces at A are now in motion. Like, you can look at the map and see it, man. They are coming with a vengeance to the middle of the board.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, they won the flank, and that's what you do when you win the flank. They won both flanks, and if you look at it, Just Furious is...
Montana.
Huh? Oh, wow.
He took 2 more deep water torps right there. He took at least 1. The second one might have run out right by the hull, but man.
It looked like, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, these guys are being herded into the center now. Here comes Prince's Conqueror, too little, too late. Broadside to Asylum.
Yeah. I feel like that they had the opportunity to be a little aggressive with the Conqueror, given the forces arrayed against them up here at sea, and I feel like they've missed it by now. But I feel like they had the right idea taking a Conqueror, but it doesn't feel like they deployed it very well.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
I mean, he just shot AP at a bow on Stalingrad. To me, if you're in a Conqueror in an engagement zone, let's say, with a Stalingrad, load the HE and you burn that guy to the ground. Burn him to the water line.
Absolutely. But there's the HE. It almost looks like he was waiting for 404 not found to come out.
Oh my god! that Montana hit from 80 kilometers just wipes out the Conqueror.
Wow.
That's it. It's all over with the crying here. There's literally seconds on the timer. Game 1 is going to go to Treta here on Crash Zone Alpha.
What a hit. Just taking that guy down.
We have not seen too many big hits today, Zath, but that game certainly had them in spades.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, Treta wins, moving on to the next game.
You know what? Did I have the teams? I had the teams backwards on my overlay. How did I pull that off?
See, and that's what I was... So when I talked with you before, you said, no, it's the other way. So I flipped him, and then I'm like... Oh,
because that's how it's... Because... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. My misinterpretation. I understand now. Okay, easy fix. Well, it's too late to fix it now. I suppose I can fix it like right here at the last second. There. Yeah.
There you go.
No, it still didn't update.
You have to. I did a force spawn update button, and then that worked.
Oh, that worked? Ah, there it was. Okay, I finally got it right at the very end. Goodness gracious. All right, well, game 1 goes to Treta. They look really good right there. We'll mark that. And we will get back to the training room for game 2 here. Furious on the brink, but not out yet. They have a chance to come back in Northern Waters. Force game 3, still looking for that elusive win that's going to keep them in the day. How did that work? Whoa! Why is your camera off?
Oh, it might have overheated.
Really?
Yeah, I'm using a Sony a6000, and it's prone to overheating. So
long streams, I'd say you have a problem.
Yeah, it's not so good on long streams, but I should be coming back up now. There we go. Camera's back on. Is it?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So
All right, let's go back here.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my suggestion then, Zath. Maybe just for future King of the Sea, like during the game, I realize it's a little extra step, but maybe while the game is online, you just turn it off,
right?
Or cool it off somehow.
Right. Well, we had talked about trying to put a fan on it or liquid cool it or something. So, we'll find a way.
A liquid cooled DSLR. Now this is like 21st century shit, Zath.
We'll figure something out.
Liquid DSLR, I love it.
But I talked to my wife about this. I said, we got to keep that. Like, I'm comfortable in shorts and a t-shirt, which means that the ambient temperature in this room is relatively high. My computer acts like a really nice space heater in this room, and there's only one vent. So I had been talking to her about how we're going to need to, especially in the summer when the ambient temperature is even higher, we're going to need to find a way to reroute some of that cold air into this room.
So one of the things that my wife and I struggled with, of course, I've just recently moved into a new desk setup here. We changed rooms for our home office here. And in the old space that we were in for 13 years or 14 years, we had cut a second AC vent in that room a number of years ago because 2 machines. Of course, we were adding lights and everything else. So in the summertime, it got pretty warm in there. The second AC vent cleaned it right up.
Okay.
Of course, now we changed offices. So for the first 2 weeks we were in here, we were having the exact same problem. It was too warm. The AC couldn't keep up. We had a fan over in the door entry blowing cool air into the room from the door. And then, of course, the ceiling fan on, the vent on. They came and cut the second AC vent in here yesterday. So today, it's quite lovely in here.
Very nice. Very nice. That's interesting.
All right. Let's go back over here for a quick. That button. There we go. Yeah. So have we actually played Northern Waters today? We've played a lot of North, a lot of Land of Fire. We've played a lot of Land of Fire on the CZA.
I don't think we played.
No, we played one game on Warriors Path. No, this will be our first time seeing Northern Waters today.
All right. I'm gonna take a moment. Let's take a look at results so far. Looks like in Group A, GLHF is 1 over 5D 2-0, and we're still waiting on results from tiebreaker for that one. Kraken has 1 over ROG on the first battle. Let's see. Group C, Ayame 2 over RVMK. RVMK now fighting Sewer. They're tied 1-1.
I bet that's a good series.
Oh, God, yeah.
I want to see who's casting that. Admiral PNG and Hoshi casting that. That's a good series.
For Group E, we see that PED2 is facing SEAST, which we covered last weekend as a pickup game, essentially.
Correct.
We don't have results of that yet. XPN versus Nam, we don't know either. KSF took a win over Wookiee.
Yep.
Neon MHG still not reporting. Apes versus Entai, we haven't heard them yet. I have a good feeling if this goes 2-0, we're going to have to find a Game 3, and I have a feeling we'll find a Game 3.
I'm confident we'll find something. There's enough games to be running a little on the slow side. We'll sneak in somewhere.
Exactly. Looking at these numbers. But so far that's all we have. We don't have any other results from like YOLO CAG or TSIOF Salsa or AR NoCap. So. Okay.
Well, we're waiting on Game 2 here. It looks like the teams are almost ready. Furious got a few ships trying to wait to ready up. Zach, I want to talk for a minute, right? So we now have 8 teams that have already qualified for the day of 60, the round of 32, right?
Mm-hmm.
GLHF, GGWP, who we looked at back in round 1, they looked really good. Star Brazil, who we have seen now for several events continue to steadily get better, moving on to the round of 32. You realize they have yet to lose a single game in this event.
Yes, that was mentioned by some of my viewers earlier. Yep.
Ayame winning all 4 games they played today to move on. RNG, kind of a little bit of a hard road. They did drop a game to this Furious team that we're watching, but they did move on. Start, who I'm not familiar with, but they look like, just reading the name, it looks like another, potentially a subsidiary team of Star Brazil. It's hard to say. They have a similar name. Dale, we saw them earlier. They won. They have moved on. They won Group F, actually.
Okay. Right.
Tab, the Angry Bastards, look like they have won Group G. Mio winning Group H. QQ7 winning Group I with straight wins over all their opponents. TNG, who we've seen before. TNG, I think, made it all the way to top 4 once. And they have definitely moved on to the round of 32 here. A ship claiming Group K today, and our buddies over in the Nigerian Princes Need Your Help have claimed Group L, which we saw earlier on the channel. I gotta talk about Star Brazil for a minute, Zach. I distinctly remember the first time that we saw these guys a few tournaments ago, and they looked really good. They didn't win. I know we saw them play Kraken. I think we saw them play Buenas Noches along the way. And they looked really good. Like you could tell they were one of those teams that was kind of right on the cusp of like making a move up into that kind of upper echelon of teams in the tournament. And man, based on what I'm seeing so far, it looks like this might be that time, right?
Right.
It's gonna be good. Looking for, man, tomorrow's gonna be fun.
It
Tomorrow's
is.
gonna be so fun.
I have chat telling me I'm stuttering again, so I have to figure that out. That was, remember the camera turned off and went back on again, so I wonder if...
Yeah, okay.
I wonder if I need to turn it off and back on again? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's off. I don't know. If it's overheating, I guess it's just shutting itself off. So yeah.
No, I literally just reached out and turned it off and back on. So.
Oh, okay. I got it. Big M sent me a note. And just for the match that we're casting right now, the winner gets an illustrious prize, Zath.
Oh yeah, what's the prize?
They get to face 07 tomorrow, first thing.
Oh.
Wouldn't you like to go to bed? Wouldn't you like to go to bed tonight knowing that you get to face the defending champs tomorrow in your very first game?
F's in chat for that. Oh my goodness.
Definitely F's in chat. My chat got some good clips of that shot. That shot through the needle. Now I didn't have a great angle on it, but I saw it in the distance.
Yep, I got a good clip of it too.
Okay, so the clips that I have, that my camera position was probably about 15 clicks from it. You see the hit go in, you see the shells of the hit go in, but it happened so fast that I wasn't looking right at it when it happened.
Right.
All right, Zath, I think we're going to be dropping into game 2, heading to Northern Waters in moments.
Sounds good. All right, I'm just talking to chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure this whole stuttering issue down. You know, it's very strange because it's the same thing happened before. Like the audio mix got really messed up.
Is stuttering.
The audio is messed up when my camera is on. So,
do you have a microphone on that camera that's maybe picking things up? That's not disabled?
There's a microphone on the camera, but I don't. That's a possibility, but I could have sworn that's turned off, and I've never had this happen before.
Okay. Well, we'll spend some time tonight having a look at it.
Sounds
All
good.
right, guys, here we go. Heading to game 2 on Northern Waters. Not fast, just furious, needing the win to stay alive and force a game 3. They have arrived on the board with Conqueror, Yamato, Des Moines, Venezia, Double Moskva, Gearing, Kleber, and Yu Yang. Not many changes, I don't think. The Moskvas, I feel like they had a Des Moines. Yeah, they've changed one of their Des Moines for a Moskva. Did they have double Des Moines last game? Yes.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did. So they've changed one of those out. Other than that, same lineup.
Yeah, and over on the Treta side of things, we've got Montana, Kremlin, Des Moines, Salem, Venezia, Moskva, Gearing, Marceau, Yu Yang. I feel like that's very similar as well.
Basically the same, I think. Yeah, more or less seems to be. Have a quick look at early deployment. Looks like we're sending Gearing Yang to A, Marceau to C. Gearing's angle, he might duck into B. We'll see what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Salem, Moskva, Venezia. Okay, yeah. And fairly even split, more or less. Now, I will say that right now, Furious is sending 5 ships to the ACAP at the moment. Now, we don't yet know that Moskva in the back. I have a hard time believing there. I'm surprised to see them sending both Moskvas the same direction.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Right now, they're sending all of their radar to the same side of the map. I find that really interesting.
Why?
Well, we'll see.
Would they do that?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see that. So it's possible. Like you got the Des Moines and both Moskvas going that way. Maybe you set up one Moskva on the outside, on the inside. Let's say on the 4 line of this island at what is this about E3? Maybe you set him up here, and then while the Des Moines plays the top end of that same island with his guns into the ACAP. I don't know.
Yeah, you can. You know, it's a possibility that they can do that, but I mean, everybody does that, right? Like,
yeah,
you know. So I just don't know that that's.
Furious is Clay.
Look at this Des Moines.
Oh,
Majdugar just getting hammered from early spots.
Somebody just clap that guy early. Kleber diving the island in the B cap. He is going to pick that up. They're not going to be able to reset him in time as he turns on the jets to bail.
Yep.
Now he cannot. Duke is gearing. Maybe he can now, just very briefly. Yep. Stuka decides to smoke rather than risk getting shot.
That's pretty smart. Although here comes the radar saying, "Ha ha ha."
Radar going up now on Stuka's gearing. They're going to be able to push him back away from that kind of cheeky play into the side of the A-cap there that he was angling for. He's not going to get it. Some widespread torps going out on the Kleber, but I suspect he's fast enough that he'll be long out of the way before those arrive.
Yeah, widespread makes sense because the Kleber is so fast, you might get lucky and catch him sideways. Like what might happen here? Nope.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, Furious, like last game, picking up a couple of early caps here. They grabbed B very decisively. Looks like they're on track to grab C. The T-Rex radar on the Salem is not going to be enough to pick up Nep's Yu Yang here on the top of the cap. So there they go. Speaking of the big hits, Belgrano's Mosca, they're taking a good Venezia hit very early. Lots of firepower for both teams at the A-cap. They managed to get some resets on Ken's Yu Yang there. They must have him Des Moines radar. Let's see. Yeah, Des Moines radar. There's a Des Moines in that smoke cloud. They're going to beat the crap out of him and drive him off the cap.
You know, I'm looking over at Charlie Cap, and Treta is pushing up with all forces, getting Nep out of that whole area. So that's going to allow them to capture C.
Well, and then the gearing has gotten onto the bottom end of B as Arethrin's Kleber is having to turn around to go back and try and contest. So 4 minutes gone, and Furious jumps out to an early 75-ish point lead, but right now, Treta trying to turn the caps around, although I will say that Furious is trading super well at the A-cap. Like, they beat the crap out of the DM and the Yu Yang here.
Well, there was that initial spot where he got slapped, and then I think, unfortunately, you know, when you have a plan and then you encounter that enemy and you lose a big chunk of your hit point pool, that plan isn't going to work so well anymore.
Indeed. What's the old saying? No plan survives first contact.
That's right.
Arethrin's Kleber trying to push out Stuka's gearing at B as he at least dives back into the cap, trying to starts flipping that around.
Braxton just took a pretty decent chunk from the Kremlin. Looks like Jensen.
That's the second chunk that Braxton has taken. He took a good chunk right as he got up to that island earlier.
Now Theron going right back in with the Kleber and the B, saying, "Oh, I'll just take this right from you again."
Yep. But now they know where he is. I think are they blind firing him? No, they can see him. The Salem has him spotted on the surface, or did.
He probably opened up, and now he's paying the price for opening up.
Now he will pay the price for your lack of vision.
That's right.
Salem continuing to lob shells in there, just fishing for him. They know he's in the vicinity. They can see him. How can they spot this dude?
Theron?
No, hang on. I'm sorry. Yeah.
The Kleber is being spotted by the gearing probably right now.
Oh, that's right. I see it now. Stuka's gearing, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. Braxton onto the top end of A. Nobody in a position to spot him or radar him, so they will be able to, Furious will be able to bag that cap very quickly. And Rethrin's just getting focused and hammered.
Well, yeah. And he's opening up his guns too, so he's basically GGing himself.
He's just inviting them to kill him. Like, there's a time and a place to use that Kleber, the Kleber guns, and right now is not it.
No.
Kremlin shells coming into him as he gives him an angle. Yeah, another 3K. He is finally dark, but he's effectively out of the fight. There's no way they can risk pushing him back into B again, not if they want to keep that ship on the board.
Right.
Once again, Furious trading decently here. They're up a little on health, but their destroyer play kind of rough right now. Two of their destroyers definitely on the low side. Treta has done a much better job of preserving the health of their DDs, and they do have a cap advantage to go to boot.
Yep. Now this Venezia just made Inky, and I'm not sure why he decided to smoke and turn like this. I'm trying to follow his shells to get an idea of what he's looking to accomplish here. He's got a good shot on
the Salem, it looks like.
He shot the Conqueror.
Which wait, which one are
Venezia
you
over
looking
at
at?
A. Sorry, Venezia over at A.
Ah, you're looking at Mizomo.
Yeah.
Okay. Right as you were talking about that, the Vet
Oh, you're
Bubbles
right.
over here has also been sitting in smoke, but he's taking shots at a bow on Salem, which is not going to feel very amazing.
Yeah, synchronized
Yeah,
smoking.
there you go. He's better off taking shots under the Moskva, which he's just done.
Yep.
That's a much nicer hit on the Moskva. Well, it was very furious there for a while. See what I did? But with 8 minutes gone, Treta has moved out to a 100-point lead here on the strength of their cap advantage.
Yep. Joe might take a torpedo.
Just take.
barely
Look at
makes
that! Look at those Euro beats. Look at that. Well done.
Braxton,
Now,
though.
Yeah, I was just fixing to say, Braxton now moving A to B. He doesn't have a ton of support out here, and he's already at a health disadvantage with a Yang and a Kremlin in his face. In fact, the Kremlin is almost able to detect him in that position.
Yes.
In fact, in a minute, when he stumbles across Stuka's gearing,
Here it
this is
comes.
going to get interesting. This is going to get interesting. There it is. Contact. As he fires, he needs to smoke. There it is. There's the smoke. He's going to take some damage for his trouble. Both of them smoking now.
I'm surprised that the Kremlin wasn't ready for this.
I am too, actually, but it is what it is.
Let's see if those torpedoes hit home. Oh,
One
the
of the things
Kremlin.
that
Kremlin's looking.
Oh, he backed way out.
Yeah.
But one of them is going to hit the Yang.
Oh!
Wasn't even aiming for it. Now, one of the things I want to point out there, Zath, real briefly, I do not like what Furious has done with their Moscow and their Des Moines position, right? They're both chilling around over here on the 8 cap. There's no destroyers in range of either ship.
Gamer Kemp losing half his health for that decision.
Yeah. Just took a big hit from the Kremlin.
I agree. They shouldn't both be there.
Yeah. First blood does go to Furious here as they push Braxton aggressively into the B cap. They have a lead. No, they don't have a lead. Sorry. They're trying to pick up a lead. Halfway mark of the match. Furious up a kill. About to be up a cap. They will bag it, but then Stuka's gearing will immediately get back on it and hold those points in place, stopping things at about a 50-ish point gap between the two teams. See, now they really need Joe Cool's Moskva with his bow up here into the, pointing into the B cap where they can do something with his radar.
Yep. He's just way too far back.
Yeah. Now, are the gearings going to proxy each other? And yes, they are. Both gearings now proxy spotting each other through the island. That is a bad place for Braxton to be.
Here
With a
comes the shoves
Salem
from the Kremlin.
A Salem and a Kremlin looking right at him.
Oh.
The Kremlin just took 4,000 of his remaining HP away.
Yep.
And the Salem is sure to finish. Salem is sure to finish the deal. Yep. Braxton picks up the cap, but it's going to cost him his ship. There it goes.
Venezia gets the kill.
From like 20 kilometers away.
Well,
yeah, literally 19 and change.
In competitive, look at the Amato Stuk. Why was he there?
Where was he?
C cap, the northern part of C.
They pushed him into the cap?
Yeah.
What? Why you do this? Why you do this? I really like. Oh man, I look at some of Furious's positioning choices and I go, oh, I like that. And then every now and then they do something and you're like, wait, why did you do that?
Right? Well, and like over at A, they won A, so
yeah,
it took
so
them.
why are all those ships still there?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Treta right now up 250 points, on track to win in about 2.5 minutes. They have a cap advantage and a ship lead here. Deepwater Torps going on 404's not 404 Salem. This could be catastrophic. He's out.
Torpedoes.
He's gonna eat them all.
Oh, nom.
That's that's a huge kill for Furious. It really, I was about to say it opens up the C cap, but Treta still has a Moskva over there.
Right.
This is one of those situations that, gosh, don't you wish you still had a Yamato over here to punish the Moskva?
Seriously.
Yeah, I still wish I still had that Yamato on the board.
And we're not seeing much mileage out of Prince again in that Conqueror.
No, it just feels like the Conqueror is playing so cautiously because he knows how soft the ship is that they're just not getting effective fire out of him. I mean, Furious still has a health advantage. They're tied on ships. They're down 200 points. This is not a game they are out of.
No.
But but it feels like they're kind of playing like it, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes. So what's Furious's path of victory here? I mean, they're shoving this Moskva in, but by himself. And I kind of feel like we need to push at Bravo as well.
This Moskva is all by himself. Is the Kremlin looking at him? Yeah. The Kremlin's backing up to basically end this Moskva's game. And he's going to be able to do it, too. Here comes the Salvo. He gets 6 of them out. He shorts them all.
Oh, man, he's got to be screaming right now in voice chat.
What am I watching, Zach? So if you're Furious, like they've got right now, they're I don't like this play, but I feel like it's what they have. The Conqueror needs to get into B.
Yep.
Like he's there, push the Conqueror and the Des Moines into B. Use the Des Moines radar to push the gearing out. Either kill the gearing or at least get him out of there. That stems the bleeding. Right now they have 60 seconds. They have to make a play. Now, if they kill the Kremlin along the way to making this play, hey, bonus time, baby. And the Kremlin is low enough that it might happen.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like they were listening to us earlier because the Des Moines and Conqueror both turned around. Interestingly enough, the Moskva is still kiting away up there. Where are you going? You're not going to be useful in that position, dude. No.
Like, Joe's done a brilliant job of living and staying in the game, but man, it's push time, kids.
That's right. And you can't push in reverse.
Now, to their credit, Furious is now on all the caps. Nep is in a duel with the Marceau that he has to win, and he can't.
Ouch.
Marceau's behind the island.
There goes the Moskva.
Who'd they lose? They lost the Moskva on the A line, on the 1 line. Yep. So literally the next thing that dies, the next Furious ship that dies will end the game, despite the fact that they have a cap lead. And it's going to be Nep. It's going to be Nep, and there it is.
Wow.
That was a winnable game for Furious, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They sent all this force to A. They won hard at A, and it just felt like they took too long to redeploy those ships back to where they would be useful again. Whereas Treta sent ships to A, didn't win it, and was like, fine, F it, threw in the towel, and immediately redeployed their stuff.
I'm pinging Empire Strikes Bonk so we can try to get a third game or another game.
Yep, that's a 2-0 win to Treta. They are moving on to day 3. They have made the top 32. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Not Fast and Furious, unfortunately, their tournament is over, but a well-played match by both teams. All right, Zath, let's see what we can steal here. See if we can sneak in one more game today. All right, yeah, your camera's out. Let's.
Oh no, I'm turning it back on now. I'm curious to see if that.
There it is. All right, it's back now.
So one of the things that I did was I also deactivated and reactivated the video input, the source input. So I know we're 5 minutes delayed. So chat, 5 minutes from now, please tell me, is this working?
All right. I know from earlier looking that nobody was covering the match in Group K. And as of right now, they don't even have a game reported. So let's see if we can figure out who their room host is.
Okay.
That's TSIOF and Sulsa. And if we can find their room...
All right. KSF versus Wookiee is on a 5-minute break, so that's a possibility too.
Yeah, but somebody's covering that match.
TSIOF just began.
Okay. I'm trying to find... Okay. Well, let's figure out... I know that Sneaky and Senpai are covering the Rosita and No Cap game. We can, let's see. I don't want to double up on KSF and Wookiee, but we could.
I'm asking if there's anything else right now, and we'll see.
YOLO and... Okay, so somebody did pick up this the Tulsa game. That's good. Good,
Sure.
good. They do have somebody in there. Okay, good. It looks like eventually every one of these games has picked up somebody. Yes, that's
okay.
All right, that's excellent. That's excellent. All right, I'm gonna duck back here and just see what I can find that's still active and still has an active training room open.
Okay.
Now that the big crush of games is over, we ought to be able to at least look through and see if we can find something.
Right.
All right, so who's got a training room open still? I'm just waiting, sweetheart. Here we go. All right, so we talked about the Salsa game. They're active. Apes and NTAI, YOLO and CAG, Neon and MHG, AR No Cap, 5D and NACL, XPN and NOM.
Yep. Bonk says there's no other games available, but feel free to keep looking. I'm in the other game, so they know we're coming.
So 5D is in the middle of their second game. We just watched Treta close that series out. XPN is in their game 2. PEDS is in their game 2. Or PED 2, I should say. KSF and Wookiee, you said they're on a break. We might walk over and just grab that one because we know we'll be able to grab that game when they come back from their break.
Yeah, I'm talking to them right now. Puddin says this match is brought to us by his Zippo. So we got some updates we can take a look at. You want to see what happens with the 5D game, or do you want to just take this one?
At this point, I'd say let's hop in and plan on taking this game because if 5D wins game 2, then that series will be over.
Can you find the 5D game and just hang out in the training room?
Yes, I'll be happy to. I've got it right now.
Perfect. Because that way we get that instant. I can call you back.
That works. We're covered on both.
Right.
Man, this training interface is so slow today. Why does it think I'm still in the other chat room?
I don't know. So some updates, guys. And we don't know Group A yet, but for Group B, Kraken defeats RNG 2-0. So Kraken is moving on.
Moving on to
right?
day 2. Yep, moving on to day 3. Sorry, day 3.
And then Group C, we've got RBMK defeating Sur. So Sur is out.
Wow, I'm disappointed to see Armada del Sur fall this early.
Yeah.
They're a great team.
Yep. There's a lot of other matches that haven't reported in yet. KSF Wookiee we know is 1-1. But we don't have a first match response from AR No Cap, TSIOF, although like we said they just started, and YOLO CAG. So there's a possibility that even after this game we might find another one.
It is a small possibility, but let's see how this works out. Neon and MHG look like we've got 3 series that look like they're just on their first game. Like they don't even have a first game report in yet.
Right.
And that's not okay. MHG has won game 1. No Cap has won game 1. So those have reported in now. So TSIOF and Salsa, I think, are the last ones that have just started their first game.
AR No Cap is available. Do you want to go for that one?
I mean, Senpai and those guys are over there. I'm content to just chill here for a bit if you'd like. I mean, or do you want to just go double up with them?
No, I like the idea. If Senpai's over there, let's yeah, I like the idea of...
Senpai and Sneaky have that game covered. I say let's just chill.
Okay.
Put tournament TV up. Let people see results.
That's what I'm looking at here as well. We're just kind of flipping through.
This has been a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting to see these guys to come back. Now who's okay? Game Prodigy and Mini are casting this game. All right. So there's already somebody covering 5D and NACL, even if we want to pick this game up.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah. So we're down to where there's only like 5 or 6 games left still being played.
Right.
Or matches, I should say. Or no, let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 matches still active, and that's it. So as things start to wind down, we're going to see probably some doubling up of stream teams. It's just people clamor for coverage, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes. All right, unfortunately, looks like my camera on stuttered again, so I'm not going to be able to do a scene, any more scenes that have my camera. I really don't understand why it's happening now. I'm wondering if it's my cable connections.
What are you connected with? HDMI or USB-C?
Yeah, I've got an Elgato.
You got a cam link.
So maybe I'll try.
I think it's your camera. I'll give you my example. Up here on this desk, I don't have this, but downstairs, when I stream on the board game table, I have a Canon C100, which was one of their old cinematic cameras that was bequeathed to me by a good friend. I use a stream a cam link through that, and that camera stays cool, and I never have a day of problem with it. I could just leave it on forever if I wanted to. Well, so it sounds like your camera's the issue, I think.
It's a possibility, but you talked before about audio coming in, and you're right. It could be that the camera is picking up that audio too, and that's causing the glitch. But how do you turn off audio output from a camera?
You can go into Windows and just disable as an audio source. You should be able to anyway. Windows or OBS, you should be able to just mute that audio source. Like, if you go, like, you have a webcam pickup somewhere in your scenes, right? You should be able to right-click on that, and then and click Properties, and it brings up a property window. And then down below, I think you can disable the microphone. Like, one of the things you can do is you can turn off that mic somewhere.
I see audio output mode, capture audio only, output desktop audio, output desktop audio. I don't see a no audio thing. So that's why I'm really confused.
Okay, hang on.
Now, as far as input, let me see if I can find manage sound devices, input devices. Here's CamLink audio, digital audio interface by CamLink 4K. Maybe I should disable that.
Give it a shot. Like, you don't need the audio out of that, right? You've got a microphone and all the inputs from the game, so that might be what's causing you the issues. I don't know.
Right. But like I said, I've never had this happen before, and I've streamed on this camera for quite some time. So, like...
Yeah, it's odd that you would just randomly have this problem today, but I mean, that's, you know, what do we expect? Yeah. That's kind of typical of the way these things always go, right?
That's what happens. So, Chad, I need to know again. Please post in the chat window if it's happening or not. Thank you very much. And just to be safe, I'm going to move to a non-camera screen.
Okay, it looks like I was gonna go check YOLO and CAG, and it doesn't look. It looks like that match is over. Waiting to see if they've reported it, but the training room is closed. Go ahead.
Okay, they're rating up Wookiee versus KSF. So do you want in?
5D and ACL, we're still in game 2. YOLO and CAG seems to be done. Somebody covering XPN and NOM? Just give me a second.
That's fine. Just hurry, because everybody's ready in this one.
Yeah, screw it. Let's go.
You're coming in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, this is...
You guys should see the chat. I'm gonna put the chat up here. They're saying, Zath can't cast without C-Raptor. They're BFFs. He's the yin to Zath's yang, and he's the peanut butter to his jelly.
That's so sweet.
All right, so we need to.
Not gonna make me cry.
I know. I need to update the overlay.
Yeah, I'm trying to scramble here to get the overlay updated off the spreadsheet here. This is Wookiee. Okay, let's see who won game 1. KSF won game 1. Wookiee won game 2.
Okay. And we're playing Trap actually.
Alpha. This is Alpha, and now the last game is going to be Bravo to Alpha. Wookiee is the Alpha spawn in this game. All right, so if I push this button,